Welcome, everyone. Today we're diving into Yanis Varoufakis' vision of techno-feudalism and the dramatic death of capitalism as we once knew it.
Yeah, I'm really excited about this. What a bold idea. What's the core of his argument?
So, essentially, Varoufakis argues that capitalism, like the classic competitive capitalism, is dead. Instead, we're seeing digital platforms stepping in as modern-day feudal lords.
Got it. Modern day feudal lords? That's such a vivid image. So these digital platforms have replaced market competition?
Exactly. He coins the term cloud fiefdoms. What he means is that digital platforms extract rents from our clicks, data, and attention, effectively turning us all into digital serfs.
Yeah, wow. Digital serfs. Now that's a powerful analogy. But how does he justify this big shift?
Varoufakis mixes history, economics, and some really sharp storytelling. Think of feudal Europe where lords owned the land and extracted wealth from peasants. The same way today, big tech companies own digital territory and extract value from our every online move.
Yes. So, instead of value being generated through traditional labor in competitive markets, our digital footprints are now fueling the wealth of these platform giants?
Precisely. It's like the entire economic dynamic has shifted from producing tangible value to facilitating rent extraction. And what's really fascinating is that Varoufakis sees this as not just a minor adjustment, but a fundamental transformation in economic power.
Right, that makes sense. That's both revolutionary and, well, kinda alarming. Does he talk at all about how we can resist or counteract this trend?
Yes, indeed. He warns that this new system, where digital platforms gain unchecked power, not only undercuts market competition, but also threatens our democratic institutions. It's like a call to rethink and reshape our relationship with technology.
Interesting. But I wonder, isn't there a risk of over dramatizing things? Some might argue that these changes are just a natural evolution of markets.
That's a fair point. Some critics contend that digital innovation is simply the next evolutionary step in business. Yet Varoufakis counters that it's not innovation at all when the focus shifts solely to rent seeking behaviors rather than true value creation.
Absolutely. So basically, while there are benefits to digital advancements, the current model is skewed toward, concentrating power in the hands of a few.
Exactly. It's like we're living in a scenario where powerful digital entities control everything, and our engagement, every click, and every bit of data is monetized by these platform lords.
Yeah, that's a stark picture. And that brings up the issue of how this affects broader societal structures, right? I mean, does Varoufakis mention the impact on, say, democracy?
Absolutely. One of his key points is that this concentration of power not only disrupts market dynamics, but also undermines democratic accountability. With a handful of firms controlling digital interaction, everything from data flow to public discourse, we face serious challenges in maintaining democratic influence.
Seriously concerning. It's almost as if we're becoming trapped, not just economically, but politically as well, like serfs without a voice in the digital manner.
Exactly. And the metaphor of digital serfdom really paints that picture. It's delicate because it's not that technology is inherently evil, but the way it's being used creates this imbalance in power, concentrating it in unprecedented ways.
Yeah, I see it now. I'm curious. Does he suggest any alternative frameworks or solutions? Or is it mainly a critique?
He definitely points toward the need for reimagining our economic and political ideals. It's like he's saying, look, we need to undo this rent based model and find ways to reclaim digital space for public good and genuine
Right, that's
competition.
crucial. That to me sounds almost revolutionary. A call to rethink our digital infrastructure rather than just tweaking it.
Yep, absolutely. And it's also a cautionary tale. I mean, he presents this transformation as not an inevitable march of progress, but as a deliberate, sometimes unregulated shift that risks trapping us in new hierarchies.
Very thought provoking. But let me challenge something here. Couldn't it be argued that the digital revolution has also empowered communities in ways that traditional capitalism never did?
That's a valid critique. Digital platforms have undeniably democratized access to information, spurred innovation, and connected people globally. However, Varoufakis warns that these benefits are now undermined by exploitation, where the initial promise of empowerment gets twisted into centralized control and profit extraction.
Yeah, I agree. It really boils down to a balance, doesn't it? Empowerment versus exploitation. How do we tilt it in favor of the former?
Exactly, and that's the challenge. Varoufakis implies that recognizing and challenging the rent seeking nature of cloud fiefdoms is a critical first step. It's like urging us to reclaim economic agency and create systems that genuinely democratize digital resources.
Spot on. And this ties into broader questions about the future of technology and its role in society, right? It's not just economics, it's about our civil liberties and how we govern ourselves.
Precisely. Varoufakis' ideas push us to question if our current tech model really serves us, or if it's simply a means to reenact historical power imbalances in a digital age. It's a wake-up call to rethink policy and societal values in an era where digital presence is everything.
Makes you think. And it's interesting how he interweaves economic theory with historical narrative. Comparing digital platforms to feudal lords really ups the ante in understanding today's power dynamics, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's like a parallel between two very different eras, yet with eerily similar power structures. His analogy isn't perfect, of course, because technology should inherently introduce dynamism, but it does highlight that when power gets too concentrated, even innovation can't
Right,
save us
exactly.
from inequality.
So, in a way, Varoufakis is challenging us to not take digital progress at face value. Instead, we have to be vigilant about who really controls it and how it shapes our lives.
Yes, perfectly put. He urges us to look beyond the shiny surface of technological advancement and critically assess the underlying economic systems that accompany it.
That's a necessary reality check. It sounds like he's inviting us to reconsider fundamental assumptions about freedom and autonomy in the digital realm.
Absolutely. It's like saying, look, if we don't address these emerging imbalances now, we risk slipping into a system where our digital lives are entirely controlled by a few. And that fundamentally undermines the spirit of democracy and personal
Yeah,
freedom.
it's a wake-up call indeed. I'm definitely walking away with a new perspective on just how interlinked technology and power have become in our lives.
Same here. Varoufakis challenges us to not just enjoy technological wonders, but also scrutinize the economic and political frameworks they operate in.
Absolutely. It really seems like there's no escaping the need for a deep, thoughtful response to these changes. We've got to balance the empowerment digital platforms offer while guarding against their inherent risks.
Precisely. And the discussion he starts is essential. Whether you're an economist, a tech enthusiast, or a policymaker, it forces us to re-examine how we interact with the digital world.
Very enlightening. In the end, it's not just about economic models, it's about the kind of society we want to build in our digital era. And that's a conversation that will only become more critical over time.
Exactly. Varoufakis' perspective, with its mix of caution and vision, pushes us to rethink digital ownership, the balance of power, and ultimately, our future.
Absolutely. This discussion really makes me wonder how we can begin to reclaim our digital autonomy. Perhaps reimagining regulation, fostering greater competition, or even building alternatives to existing platforms.
Right. It's about reimagining the possibilities, rethinking the digital battlefield, so that technology can truly be a tool for empowerment rather than control. It's a tall order, but a necessary conversation.
Yes, indeed. That's the challenge ahead. Well, this has been an absolutely engaging dive into how techno-feudalism might be shaping our world. I'm definitely leaving with a lot to ponder about the future of technology and society.
Thanks for joining this discussion. Let's keep questioning, exploring, and challenging the systems that shape our digital realities. Until next time.